Okay, so I want to tell a little story about this guy I used to know named Sean. I met Sean when I was living in Long Beach and driving a taxi for All Island in Island Park. If you ever heard my crazy Jamaican lady story, that place, that company. And Sean happened to be Irish. Irish, like immigrant from Ireland, off the boat, plane, whatever. And Long Beach happened to have this huge Irish community, Irish. And it's the only place on Long Island where you'll find that. Only place on Long Island I've really ever met any of them. Rest of Long Island is all Irish Americans. With huge Irish population there, but they're Americans. And yeah, he was from Northern Ireland, I guess right on the border of the North and South. He'd tell me stories about how they were like snipers that would still shoot at people on the border. And they still got violence in Northern Ireland. Shit still flares up like every year, every summer especially. And just the international media doesn't talk about it anymore. So if you're not from Northern Ireland, you don't follow news there, you probably don't even realize. Anyways, despite being a little on the ugly side, he was kind of tall and skinny and gangly, and he had like a face full of like freckles and this kind of reddish brown hair. You'll see in like Scotland and Ireland, a typical look that you'd imagine from over there. This guy got girls. I don't know how he did it, if it was the fact that he was Irish and they found that sexy, or he just had the personality and some game, whatever. But he would get some cute girls, good looking girls, right? Better than I could get. And I'm like, man, I'm better looking than this guy actually was. And I can't get these type of girls. Damn, how does he do this? Somehow he pulled it off, and apparently black girls loved him because he like dated a couple of like sexy black chicks. I met one of them, and yeah, so we only chilled like a few times, unfortunately. Yeah, he'd come over, we'd smoke some weed. Obviously people from everywhere like weed. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna come over now. We're gonna smoke a blunt, right? Smoke a blunt, dog. And I'm like, hell yeah, man. Oh, we could definitely smoke a blunt. Don't worry about that. But yeah, like I said, we chilled a few times and then I quit All Island. I quit Island Park. And then I barely saw him again for like a couple of years. Barely even spoke to him after a certain point. And then after more than 2 years, because it's 2011, now it's 2014. And he calls me one night. This is March 2014. It was actually March 22nd. I remember the date because it was Ashley's birthday. And he's like, what's going on, man? You want to go out to a club tonight? I'm like, maybe. You know me, I don't like clubs. I can't dance for shit. I don't really drink alcohol. Girls in a club setting just don't really like me. Yeah, but I had been to a club in a long time. I really miss Sean a lot. I wanted to see him again, chill with him again. And I actually I had maybe for the only time in my life, had two different people invite me to things on the same night. I don't get too many invitations to things. You know me. But yeah, somehow, this guy named Jesse Fiordamundo, who I went to middle and high school with, really cool guy, and was hosting some hip hop competition at some club, another club. And he's like, hey man, you want to go to this? And I'm thinking like, hell yeah, I love hip hop, but I'm kind of torn. Yeah, I hadn't seen Jesse in years, but I hadn't seen Sean in 2 years either. I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I flipped the coin and said, all right, I'll go to the club with Sean. And there's this club called the Blackstone in Rockville Center, right next to the train station. I'd never been to this before. But like, whatever. So we go in there, and I immediately regretted this within like the first 15 to 20 minutes. Oh, why I ever go to clubs, I have no idea. But I went to this one, and again, started regretting it quick. Because, all right, I understand that when you go out to a club with another guy, he's not like your babysitter, he's not your date. He's not supposed to like watch you and like whatever the entire night, help you get girls. It's really like your problem. Pick up your own girls, whatever. I'm doing my own thing. Fine, that's cool. I understand that. I have no problem with that. But there's a big difference between that and totally ditching a guy, right? And forgetting about him the entire night, which is pretty much what Sean did. As soon as we got in this club, he basically disappeared and I barely saw him for the next couple of hours. He never even really came up to me and said, "Hey, how you doing? Everything going okay?" It's like, motherfucker, you invited me here, not the other way around, and you're just gonna ditch me? God damn it. At least fucking chill with me for like 10 minutes or something. I came to see you. But no. This guy was a total fucking horn dog. You know what I mean? Like, they say bros over hoes. Nah, he was hoes over bros, like 100%. Other people told me that they were friends with him. That like once he met this one black girl from Rockville Center, they never heard from him for like literally a year. He was so deep up this girl's pussy that like he was just ghost. And same shit that night. So I'm like, whatever, I'm not gonna let this get to me. He's doing his thing, I'll do mine. So I went out there and tried to dance. I still tried to dance. Whatever, even if I sucked at it and looked like a moron. But lo and behold, I start dancing with this one girl, and she's pretty cute, and I kind of like her, whatever, and she seems to like me back. And I'm like, really? Is a girl I'm dancing with at a club like me? No way. It's like shocking to me. And after a few minutes, I realized this girl is deaf, at least partially deaf. You could just tell after a while. And okay, whatever. You know, just because she has a disability, like, she still seems like a really nice girl, cute girl. I'm gonna keep talking to her. So I go outside, take a smoke break or whatever. Then I come back in. I find her again on the dance floor, and I'm like, "Hey, you want to dance again?" And she seemed like she was about to be open to it. And before the girl could even mouth like yes, this drunk, crazy, like psycho friend of hers, this girl, jumps in between me and her. I don't even remember the girl's name. And like tells me, back off. Like, back off. I'm like, what the fuck? Who the fuck are you? Back off. Go away and leave her alone. What is your problem? Why don't you let her tell me to leave her alone? She doesn't like me. Let her stand up for herself. Tell me to go away. Whatever, I will. And she wouldn't even let this girl talk. It's like one of these fucking assholes, these cunts, who thinks because someone has a disability they're helpless and need you to hold their hand 24 hours a day. Looking back, she might have been an SJW because this is the type of shit these assholes do. They think like black people are too stupid and helpless to get an ID card so they could vote, like voter ID laws, whatever. It's the same thing with all of these like groups that they pretend to virtue signal and care about. And she's getting like, now she's like, back, go the fuck away, go away. I'm like, God damn, this bitch is crazy. You know, I'm not getting a fist fight with a girl in like a club. That would be bad. That would kind of ruin the night. So I walk away, and the club was multi-level. It had a downstairs and it had an upstairs. So, like, I'm trying to walk away from this girl, and she's fucking following me. Like, me going away is not enough. So, she's walking after me like she's trying to start something else. And I'm looking behind me like, what the fuck is wrong with this girl? What is she on? Is she like a complete psycho? No way. And I try to go walk like to the upstairs part of the club. And I look back as I'm going up the stairs, and she's doing a what thing with her hands. You hold your hands up in the air like, what? What? Well, you want to fight? What? I'm like, what the fuck did I do to you? I don't even know you. I was dancing with your friend, and all of a sudden she comes up and gets in my face and like wants to fight me or something for nothing. Holy shit. So I finally get far enough away from her she doesn't bother me anymore. I tried to stay in like the upstairs when she was downstairs. And then finally I'm all worn out. And I have enough of clubbing for the night. So I go outside to go home. And before I left, I decided to go smoke outside, right outside the front doors to the club. And as I'm in the middle of this cigarette, this girl comes outside to like start with me again after like an hour. Right? She still has enough fucking cunt energy left inside her to start with me again. She's that drunk and like psychotic. And she comes walking up to me and like, oh no, not again. Oh, I thought I lost her. You say, what are you doing here? I'm fucking smoking. What? What does it look like I'm doing? The fuck's your problem?
You need to get out of here now.
I say, excuse me? What? I beg your pardon? I'm sorry, is this your club? Is this your sidewalk with your name printed on it? Do you own it? And it's just like, these bitches can't stand anybody that stands up to them, especially a man. They expect all men to just, like, lick their boots. Yeah, they cannot stand the guy who stands up for himself. And it was obvious it was making her even more pissed. And then she turns to this guy, when it's obvious I wasn't gonna, leave her club and her street. So this guy, right, who's like basically next to me, turned out I guess it was her boyfriend. I swear to God, this bitch tries to get this guy to kick my ass.
So, can you like make him leave? Can you like fuck this guy up, please? He was like doing like blah 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 blah.
Thank God the guy was like, seemed pretty chill. Like he didn't want nothing to do with it. He's like, huh?
Can you kick his ass?
And I'm like, and he looks at me, and he looks at her and goes, first of all, I don't even know this dude. I don't know what he did. And second of all, the fucking cops are right here. They were, you know how they station themselves outside of clubs? There's 2 or 3 Rockville Center police officers in uniform, like 15 feet from us. And he's like, bitch, you want me to go to fucking jail over some dude I never met who didn't do anything to me? What the fuck's wrong with you? He basically told her to fuck off. And I kind of start laughing, and she's getting even madder. And, at least it ended on a good note, right? Her own boyfriend didn't even want anything to do with her. That shows, says a whole lot about her, right? And then finally Sean comes outside at the last minute, right when like my cigarette is done. And he's like, man, I'm really sorry about tonight. I seen what happened, and I didn't mean to leave you like that the whole night, but you know how I am, right, with the girls. I'm like, yeah, I know, Sean. I know you well enough already to know that. He's like, yeah, I want to apologize, okay? I'm like, it's okay. I know you didn't mean any harm by it. You're trying to get some ass, whatever. And then finally, I mercifully leave this stupid fucking club, never to return. And I'm mad. All this shit happened. This stupid girl. So I get on my Facebook, and I start typing like, oh, Cunt Island. Like, that's what I call like Long Island, because got a lot of really rude people, rude, snobby girls like that. And of course, my dad is the crazy SJW. Any criticism of women whatsoever he thinks is sexist. My crazy aunt is even crazier than him. Worse SJW. And I post like Cunt Island. And then they go like ballistic, right? My dad's like, you need to take that post down, David. That's offensive. You don't use that word against women. I'm like, whatever. She was a cunt, and Long Island is Cunt Island. Leave me the fuck alone. And I told them both to fuck off pretty much and refused to take it off my wall. And that was basically it. I never saw or heard from Sean ever again. I guess I never will. No way to ever contact him. Especially since I deleted social media. All my social media, Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, all gone. But anyways, that was my little story about the time I went out to this club in Rockville Center with my Irish friend Sean and ended up having one of the worst nights at the club I ever had in my life. What a time. What a fucking time.